Hi everyone, another video. This time I want to explain briefly different options how to join messages to process them further as a bulk. I will use the flow that I've created previously. You might have seen the previous video, so that looks familiar. I just have a data generator currently in my flow. Every second I generate a specific JSON structure that you see underneath. And my goal is now to join the messages in different ways. So when I go into the module library and search for join, I see different modules here. The array join, that is the one that we are using in this video. This is designed to join messages um, based on different rules. And then we have another module which is called join, which is a bit more complex, which is designed to join messages arriving at different times from different sources. That's more for an advanced use case. We stick to the basics here. So the idea is to join messages. Actually, let me remove this. Just to quickly recap, when we execute this on a node, the output is just a single JSON object every second, like you see here. And now our goal is to join everything which is underneath the property data for quite some time so that we get a list of all the values of all the properties. That's probably the better term. So I will add the array join module. And when I open up the settings, I have different options. Source property data, which is fine. This is the one that we want to join. Target property, I will leave it also to data. Which is good since we then override the incoming property and therefore do not replicate any data. And then it gets more to the interesting part, which is the different modes that you have. The first mode that we will discuss is the time mode. So if you set it to time mode, the module will join messages according to a time window that you specify. You can specify different window sizes as you like. What we will do here is we will just, for demo purposes, use a window size of 4. The count doesn't matter in this setup since we're just focusing on the time. And then you can add different things down here. Adding a timestamp for the aggregation, add an item timestamp to every item. We don't really need that now as well. Include count, how many messages have been fetched during that time window. Let's just enable this. And send an empty collection if no data was collected. Just a corner use case, most probably you will barely use it at all. Going back to the flow as such, I will enable the debug, and then let's see what we get as a result. So the node now downloads the modules, executes the data generator with the single messages, and then eventually we should see the output of the array join exactly here. So this module has now joined the messages. We see a count of 4 within this specific time window. We see the data array. And what you also see is that the incoming last message from the data generator, which is pressure with 525 and temperature 65, you see that at the bottom, and we override this property with the new array. Just a quick tip, in the debug interface, you can also click on the actual array and see the item count on the right hand side. This can be useful from time to time. And that's the first option that you have here with the array join. Next up is a different mode, count mode. As you might have guessed, in the count mode, you aggregate over a message count rather than over a time window. So in this setup, we have now set count 3. So we expect 3 messages to be within the array. 1, 2, 3, there we go. Let's freeze the debug output. Then you see 3 messages. And then there is another mode, actually 2 more modes, but we will discuss the mixed mode now. Mixed is designed to work in one specific way. In the mixed mode, you can specify, or you need to specify two metrics which are both relevant. Um, Depending on which is fulfilled the first, the module will fire out the data array on the output side. So what we will do now is we say that we want to have a mixed mode. At most, we want to wait 5 seconds. So if we reach 5 seconds, then we will fire out the message latest. But we want to also make sure that we have at least 3 messages. So let's see what happens if we run this configuration. Oh, sorry, let me clear the debug output. Okay, great. So what you see now is that we first hit the count kind of limit, which as a result will give you 3 messages. If we increase the count to 7, we see messages coming through. Let's stop this. Here you see then an output of 5 messages. This is because the limit of the time was hit first before the count. So whatever limit is hit first, the module will generate the according output. That's the 3 options that you have as well. And then there is another option which we will cover in a dedicated video, which will include a bit more of data transformation as well. Hope you found this interesting, and see you in the next one.